Good morning, Soul Tribe. Happy Tuesday. So, listen, if you are actively in your healing process after a loss, I want you to know you will be okay, but it will definitely take some time. When I was actively in healing, there were many things that I did to help me along the way. You know, I as I went through that process, the pain from it was so great. Oh my God, it felt literally like I was dying. I used to say to myself, God, I don't know how I can stay in this. I'm like, because this pain is too great. I used to beg God to take it away from me because that's how much it hurt. But you know what? During that time, I had great girlfriends who, would periodically check on me and to make sure that I was okay. Um, I remember there was a time when I was at work in the beginning. It was hard to work. It was hard for me to concentrate. It was like the winds had been knocked out of me. And I'll never forget, I went to my doctor and I was telling him about it. And I was just crying and telling him. And I have a good provider who have been with me for many, many years. And I'll never forget, my doctor hugged me and was like, it's going to be okay. He was like, you're very anxious. And I said, I cannot focus. I'm like, and I need to be able to work. So he did prescribe something for me during that time that really helped me. It really did. And I also got into therapy with a counselor. Listen, therapy is good because it helps you to really think about some things that you allowed. During that process, you have to start looking at what are the things that I allowed or did not say where this got me into this space, because a lot of times we don't realize we become stagnant in relationships because we just allow life to just life. We're not meant to be stagnant at all. And as humans with emotions, we have to learn to have self-value and work. You have to learn that. And through this process, you will build or rebuild a better, resilient you. So make sure that you're taking the time to really look at your own life situation from the outside in and unpack that. You have to unpack that. I even went back as far as looking at my childhood to see, why did I allow a lot of the things that happened to me to happen? And through that process and being able to pinpoint situations that happened with me in my marriage, it helped me to understand a lot of things about myself. So please take this time to really learn who you are and then start doing things to understand the triggers and the signs that are there, that you allow for someone to treat you so poorly. Someone stepping out on you definitely is going to shake your foundation, because now you're going to have sometimes trust issues. That's something natural. You start looking at people differently. And also, keep this in mind too, you're going to lose things. Everything that I had in that marriage, I lost. Everything was removed from me. And you have to allow those things to go away, whether it's people, things, jobs, all kinds of things will be removed from you, even material things. They're going to be removed. Allow it to be removed, because that's refining you, because you deserve better. You do. You deserve better. You know that you deserve better. When I was in my healing process, there was things that I did that I am going to share. I journaled a lot. I wrote out a lot of my feelings. I have so many books of journals of things that I have written through the years. I also had a cry list. And that cry list I would listen to help me move emotions, because it is natural for us to cry and be angry and to release. You have to release that stuff. Don't hold on to it. And another thing I want to share with you too, don't allow this to make you bitter. Some women become bitter, meaning you allow an experience with one person or with some people that you've had experience with to harden you to a point where you look at all men as an enemy. No, don't do that, because all men are not bad men. All men are not cheaters. All men are not disloyal. You have to look at this particular situation and really unpack that information or those situations that occurred or during that experience and understand why it happened and just learn the lessons in it. That's what I did. I always said at the beginning that I knew I was going to be married again. That's it, because I believe in love. That's me. I believe in love. I love love. I'm loving. I'm kind to people. I'm good to people. But I know what I was deserving of. I knew that I was going to have a great partner in life. And through that experience of me saying, oh, I'm not going to go through anything like this again, because why? I'm going to make sure that I take my time with some things. And it's a process that you go through, that you relearn yourself, and you learn your triggers, and you learn the things that you have to stand on. People, you have to have consequences for people, and you have to speak up for yourself. A lot of times we don't say things because we want to keep the peace. I stop keeping the peace. No, if I don't like something, I speak up about it. And it's not that, and you don't have to be nasty, but you have to have real boundaries. You have boundaries for people, and you have boundaries for yourself. And you set consequences too for folks. That's what you are to do as a good person. I always tell people, I'm not a nice person. I'm a good person. There's a difference. Nice people tend to sometimes passively allow just to go on and get on. Nope. Good people have standards, morals, values, and boundaries and consequences for folks. So be a good person. And as you go through renewing who you are and returning back to who you are, you want to start thinking about some of the things that you loved about yourself. What are the things that you love that you stopped doing? Find new things for those things that you used to love to do, and refine them and just become a better you. You're deserving of good things. And also another thing, because I find this happens a lot of times to women as well. A lot of times when you're going through that process, the very person who betrayed you, that spouse of yours, well, a lot of times when the dust settles, will try to come back. It's up to you to decide whether or not you're going to allow them back or not. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth you repeating the same pattern? And that's the thing that most have to learn. What are your patterns? Why do you keep repeating the same cycles? Because that's all life is. It's a constant pattern of behavior that we ourselves continue to do and don't recognize it. You have to recognize your patterns, and you have to break them and learn new ways of being. So learn your patterns and become better at who you are. I can assure you that if you continue to go through your process and allow time to take place and don't rush through it, it's going to take, some time for you to get through all of those feelings and to learn new. And when the new you comes out, that's a whole nother ball game now too, because now you're having to understand who is the new you and what do I want, and who am I now in this space. So we'll talk about that on another video. But listen, if you're actively in your healing, keep going. You will get through it. You're going to be okay. And you're going to be more resilient. I'm telling you, your second bloom in this life is going to be amazing. And you will truly, truly honor and love yourself so much more when you realize, wow, I went through all of that. And here I am now, someone better, someone more amazing, someone with high standards who will not allow anyone to mistreat me in any way because I am deserving of so much more. So I hope you ladies have a great day. I love you. Take care. Bye.